Deidre. This is Deidre in the Raw, part 3. My last thought, I left off on experiencing life to the full, and I stopped it so I can finish this last segment. And just as I'm arriving very close to my house, my final thing that I thought today was about people say you need to experience life to its full, and I think that means going after beautiful things like art and travel and indulging in food and wine and fun and dance. Those things are great. Those things are wonderful. Those things are a part of life that need to be experienced. But people forget that life includes pain. Life includes a touch of darkness before the sunlight. And if it wasn't for that darkness, for that pain, then how would we even know what sunlight is, or what, without the pain, how do you know what happiness or beauty is? It balances it out. Imagine we didn't have any darkness, or just sunshine all the time. We'd be tired of it, and we'd be tired, and our skins would be tired, and we need the rest. Just like, pain is something that makes us feel very alive, makes us feel our bodies, and it makes us feel the gravity on the earth. But we don't want to experience that. We don't want to experience those emotions of sadness and pain. But we look beyond the fact that they make us beautiful, and they make life beautiful, and it helps us experience life in the raw. It helps us experience life the way it should. Pain and death and sorrow, and life and happiness and joy. They're the same thing in the end. To live is to die. To die, you have to be alive. How do you know what pain is if you have not suffered? Or how do you know what happiness is if you haven't suffered pain? And the study of the yin-yang, the belief of the yin-yang, which is a very physical thing in our realm, the realm in which humans reside. We think that darkness is the opposite of light, or that pain is the opposite of beauty. But it's the same thing. It is only when yin is followed by yang, or when yang happens because of yin, do you see what the other is. You get to appreciate the other. There's this movie I like a lot because it has a lot to do with the yin yang, and it's called the Zenith. It's the highest point on a mountain. But in the movie, it takes place in the future, in 2050, and the government has given away free healthcare. But what they do is there's this one time where they make genetic humans, and everyone's genetically created to be happy and look beautiful, whatever, and not experience pain, just so they can let the people who are in the government command them and continue to be in rule. So the main character goes around selling drugs, but the drugs make you experience pain. And he said people forgot what pain is, and they forgot what being happy is. Because if you have one all the time, then nothing else exists for you. Like, think of it, if you're constantly there's people who do experience beauty or something that makes them happy, or they're very positive. But I'm saying, if you accept the negative as raw as it is, as well as if you accept the positive, you'll experience life fuller. Because we go through a lot of, things in this world, and it's horrible to trap them in our subconscious minds. They're longing to be free, just like Jim Morrison, he had this longing. He didn't drop it. He shared it. He shared his pain in the form of music with the world. And people loved him because they could associate themselves with that pain in the form of lyrics and dance. When he went on stage, he was releasing his pain. And even though he died at an early age, he lived life fuller than a lot of people because he experienced the good along with the bad. And some people don't need to live 100 years to experience all the emotions. Some people experience them sooner, very intently, very vividly. I think anybody can really do it, but you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid of the darkness. You can't be afraid of the pain. You have to recognize that it's beautiful and that it makes us who we are. And we're thriving. And we all have it. We can't deny it. We all have that connection. We all are experiencing being human, which is suffering, which is pain and death. You can't ignore it. I mean, you can ignore it, but it'll always be there. It's bad to ignore it because you're just living soulless. If you choose, if you choose to experience everything in the full, then you're experiencing life raw, and I think you're living